Real estate has always been a strong investment across the country. In fact, Charlotte is booming with a strong seller's market, and developers are working to meet the demand.
Nancy Braun is an award-winning broker and owner of Showcase Realty. She's here to tell us why it's the perfect time for buyers looking to invest in rental properties. Hello, Nancy, and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, first off, how does a buyer invest in a property?
Well, you have to find yourself a good real estate agent to work with, and then you need to determine what you're going to be. Are you going to be a short-term investor, long-term investor? Are you going to want to, they call flip, which is buy a home, renovate, sell for more, or do you want to hold? And that means you're going to buy something, maybe possibly renovate, and then keep a tenant in there and have the tenant pay your mortgage.
And what type of investment? Are you going to invest in condos, townhouses, single homes? What does that look like?
So it depends upon what your focus will be. Now, if you're an out-of-town investor, we have some that live in other countries. They might want a townhome because then they don't have to worry about maintenance and taking care of the exterior. It might just be a simpler concept for them. Now, we have, of course, have a property management company that can assist any investor on either strategy, and we would take care of all the maintenance of the property. But that is sort of a comfort zone for some. Now, last year, townhomes and condos have increased by 10% versus single-family homes an average of about 6%. So you are sort of paying a higher price for the townhome condo than you were a year ago. Single-family homes I personally prefer to invest in. I have my portfolio of investments, and they're all single-family homes. And I just feel that you don't have the subjectivity of an HOA fee going up. So there could be an enormous special assessment if they're putting new roofs on the entire complex, and you might not have that planned for. So single-family homes, you know, we have historically seen, as opposed to last year, a steadier increase, whereas townhomes and condos might not show that in history, that it always increases at the same rate.
Sure. What should an investor consider when planning out a strategy?
Well, the investor is going to want to know how to use their cash on hand and whether they should use mortgages or hard money loans. And, you know, if you have $100,000 to play with, then a hard money loan or even a traditional lender is going to require an investor to put down 20–25% as a down payment. So you could take that $100,000 and use $25,000 on 4 properties versus take that $100,000 and buy 1 property. So you could stretch your money and hedge your investments much better. So that's one thing that they should consider, the finance part of it. And then what are they looking for? If they're going to rent, are they going to want to get in at a low end and then have you know, tenants that might be paying $700 to $900 a month, which could cause more problems because those tend to lead to more evictions, more issues with credit. Or you could have an investor that wants to high-end. You know, maybe they want to have high-end tenants in there and have maybe less issues that come up.
Well, what type of team should an investor recruit before putting money down?
So the team should be your contractors in place, your lenders in place, your home inspectors, a great real estate broker that has experience working with investors, and a financial planner that works with you.
So let me ask you this, and this might not be a one-size-fits-all answer, but is it better to look for a fix and flip like you were talking about, or a long-term investment?
It really depends if you want what your strategy is. I personally have always stayed and held. I don't like selling my properties. I just want them to appreciate. And history will show you that as long as you hold your investments for a long time, you're going to have a reward at the end. So that's kind of my retirement strategy. Whereas flipping, you're going to take the money and then you're going to flip that money into the next product. So it really depends on if you're risk adverse or you just want to hold, stay.
Well, are there any other programs to help investors that your company does to help the investors?
So we sit down with the investors and we really understand their strategy. I happen to also represent a lot of banks and institutional companies, so we can offer them some homes that are in distress. And so we certainly want to figure out their strategy. Don't just jump in and buy the first thing you see. You've got to figure out what kind of personality you are, what kind of fluid money you have, how much are you willing to risk, and are you looking for the long term or the short term. So we can offer all those programs plus the team that we have already established.
Nancy is among the best. If you're ready to invest in real estate, visit smartinvestmentscharlotte.com, smartinvestmentscharlotte.com, or you can call Nancy directly at 704-488-3109. Again, 704-488-3109. 3109. Nancy Braun, thank you so much.
Indeed.
Thank you.